So as you all know now, I ride for Commensal. This is a Meta 29er. I love this bike. It's a total beast. I ride a size large. I'm basically 177 centimeter. I'm between two sizes, medium and large. I prefer to ride the large because I like a long bike, stable in rough terrain. I ride the Spike Uzi 359 in the rear. Quite rigid and pretty strong, 32 spoke in the rear. And I ride the Spike Uzi 350 28 spoke in the front. I have the RockShox Lyric Ultimate in 170 in the front, 3 tokens and in average of 90 psi. I have the RockShox Super Deluxe RCT in the rear with 0 spacer inside. I'm running 220 psi in average. I'm just put the Shockwave system. So basically that's a little kind of telemetry stuff. There is an app on your phone and it kind of tells you if your bike is well set and stuff. I'm gonna basically try it tomorrow. It's the first time I use it. And I think it's a good way just to see if we have good habits. Sometimes we are used to do stuff and we don't really know if it's good or not. So I think that's gonna tell me if I'm doing things right or wrong. It's pretty simple to use, so I will let you know soon what I think about it. I also have the magnet can, as you can see. Basically there's a bigger volume. It makes the bike feels like if you are riding a coil, like super sensitive in really small bumps, and then it ramps up right away. So I have no volume spacer inside, and before, without the magnet can, I was running 4 spacers inside. So there is no spacer either in the negative chamber or the positive chamber. I'm running a Hutchinson Toro front and rear. These ones are prototype tires. They have basically DH casing and a 1.5 centimeter reinforced inside in the sidewall, so it makes the tire a little bit stiffer. And basically for this rate it's quite rocky, so I think it's going to be a good combo front and rear. Crank bother, mallet, DH. I like this one. The platform is a little bit bigger, where even if I unclick I know that I can put my foot on it, and I will be good to ride even unclick sometimes. So yeah, I like the DH mallet. They are pretty good, super reliable. So yeah, this is my combo right now. Going for the cockpit now, I have a Truvative descendant handlebar in 780mm length and 25mm rise. I have also a 40mm stave Truvative descendant in 31.8 diameter here. I tried the 35 diameter, but I don't really like it. I think it's too stiff for me. I like when the handlebar flexes a little bit. I'm running the Spank grips as well. I like this grip. They are pretty small here, in 30mm diameter. Brakes, I have, I'm going up here. I'm gonna crash. The code, Avid code RSC brakes in yeah, we had the Ultimate last year. I think the aluminium levers are quite good for enduro, because if we crash we can bend them back. No risk to break the carbon in case of crashes. 200mm rotor front and rear. Like I think now with the enduro bikes that we have, they are like really big travel enduro bike, like 170, 160mm travel. They run like downhill bike in the descent, and I think that you need really good brakes to stop these bikes now. We ride quite fast in the descent, and it feels good to have a good braking control. I have the Spank Spike 160 saddle. It's pretty flat and there is quite a bit of grip on the back. I like when my bum kind of stay in the same spot when I'm riding. So this little grip here kind of avoids me to slide on the saddle during the stages. In this little stash here, I have a tube, crank brother, multi-tool. I have a pump and a tire lever in there. This is a little Dakine, I don't know how they call it, but this thing is pretty good. You can put it everywhere on your bike. But yeah, I really like this thing. It goes well here into my frame. It doesn't it's not in the middle whatsoever, and yeah, it's perfect. I can carry all my shit in there. This now is basically all the time on my bike. It's quite good. It prevents from little puddles and everything, even in case of big rain. This thing is amazing. This mudguard is from the Mudhugger and it matches pretty well. They can do all the color you want. This thing is amazing. I love this little mudguard. Fabric cageless bottle. Basically, for the people who don't know, there is no cage. The bottle is here, and then you can basically clip it here, chook, and it stays on my bike all the time. I never had any issue this year. You can if you get one of these, there's a little tip. So this little spacer, plastic spacers here, there's the bolts are here. So you really have to tie them pretty hard. Huh? So basically this kind of plasticky things gets bigger and then gets wider, and the bottle kind of stays inside, so it's quite, and then move, it doesn't move. So my whole frame has been wrapped up. I don't know if you can see the details here. Yeah, you can probably see. Has been wrapped up basically by this little film of plastic everywhere. You can see all the details here, around there, here. It goes here, around here. Basically covers all my frame, the entire frame. These guys are based in Whistler. They are called Ride Wrap. They make protection for all the bikes in the world in any size. They either you bring the bike over there and they do it, or now they can ship everything to you. They have a little tutorial, so you can put that. They send everything, like everything to cover your frame. This thing is amazing. You put it on your bike when it's brand new, and then a year later you can sell your bike, or 2 years later you take it off and then your bike is like brand new. It's perfect. This thing, I recommend everybody to get that. It's pretty amazing. It costs like 150 bucks, I think, at the most. Do it. This is way worth the price. Do it. And now we are going on to the brand new part that's on my bike, the excess drivetrain and dropper post. As you can see, I only have 2 cables on my bike. How sick does it look? Look at that, seriously. Everything is wireless. This is the derailleur. The battery is right there. The battery is right there for the seat post. Batteries are right here. Since I got the bike, I probably charged everything twice now, since I got the drivetrain, and it's been a month. So the battery lasts super long. You have a little button here, you press it, it blinks green, so that means that I have another 10 hours or 13 hours of riding, or even more. So this is now when things get super rad. These are my shifters, okay? This is the shifter for the drivetrain, and this is normally the shifter for the seat post, okay? But SRAM came out with the good idea that because everything is wireless, what about if we can change everything? So what about if you want your dropper post to be here, shift up? What about if you want to shift down here? What about if you want to shift up over there? Or like unlimited combination. So I tried, and because this is one single button now, I tried and I was like, okay, when I'm riding now, so this is shifting down normally, this is shifting up, or shifting down, shifting up, whatever, I don't remember now. I tried that, and because it's one single button, I was getting a little bit confused. So I went on the SRAM XS app, that's right there. This is my phone, and then now on the app, you can see that you can change everything on the controllers. Tac tac. So now my reverb is up there on the shifter, shift down is right there, okay, fuck off, and shift up is right there. So now we're gonna go on the bike. This button now, this little one here, tac, this is my reverb. Now here I shift down, and now here I shift up. And the reason why I did that is because it makes everything kind of simple. Now I ride, I know that here, tac, clack, clack. If I push down here, I shift down, and on the other side, clack, 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 I shift up. This is my reverb, and I can actually press my reverb on this side as well. Clack, 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 clack. So this is my bike check for the round 3 of the World Enduro Series here in beautiful Madeira Island. I hope you enjoyed it, and tomorrow we're gonna ride this thing full gas.